YouTube, this is Dave's Had Enough 187. This is a video response to King Grimpachi. Shadow of Mordor, Game of the Year, hell no. And another video from Dave. And yeah, pretty much just a video response to King Grimpachi. He did a video today about Shadow of Mordor pretty much being mediocre, boring, skippable. And I want to touch on what he said. I don't know where he's coming up with this shit. I don't know if he's trolling. I think his channel's fantastic. I talked to this dude in party chats. He has a great outlook on gaming, but there is people that have told me that he likes to troll people. I don't know if he's doing it with this video. It sounds like it. They said he likes to go in PS4 party chats and troll Sony gamers. They said he's a troll. I don't know. I didn't ever see it until I kind of watched this video and I kind of got the idea he was trolling people from last night's Google Hangouts. And, you know, something I got to understand, too. There is sometimes I have a strong opinion about what I like, and you always got to understand people don't like what you like. There's always going to be that dude that has some kind of different opinion. You know, like I got in a discussion with Miami Storms and his buddy about Destiny. You know, but mainly I was just kind of trolling myself. I was just fucking around with them, getting them going. But I still don't believe Destiny's a good game. It's not a bad game, but it's what it stands for is what I don't care. The whole buy this expansion and no option to get a season pass, and they're going to sell you a bunch of expansions and add the story into it. And the co-op of that game was fantastic, you know, but the multiplayer was like playing Halo again. It was all over. It was like a fucking copy and paste bullshit, you know, like a lot of these games nowadays. But yeah, I gotta understand people like things that you don't, you know, and sometimes when I get into my mode of like, you know, my strong opinions, I don't look at anything else. That's just how it is. I stand by what I say. Pretty much last night, King Grimpachi said he has barely played Shadow of Mordor, and he said he couldn't judge it, but from what if he had to judge it, he said it was pretty much a boring game. He was saying that he didn't like it. He just played out and said he didn't like it, and he says a lot of it in this video. And it's kind of funny for a person to say they didn't really play the game, and all of a sudden today they have a whole outlook on the game and pretty much ripping it to shreds. I always look at you got to beat a game before you can honestly give a strong opinion like he's given in this you know, this video, unless the game was just so bad that he couldn't play it, and he played a game like Batman that has the same kind of mechanics but a different story, which if you do like a game like Batman, there is a good chance you'll like this because it's the same kind of engine. It's pretty much is the same engine as Batman. Same people that made the last Batman, Warner Brothers, I believe. And it's the same fucking engine, but different story. I can understand if you don't like the Lord of the Rings, but still, in that sense, this game has its own story of the Lord of the Rings. It's nothing really to do with the whole trilogy of the Lord of the Rings. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to do with that story. But yeah, I'm going to play this video. I'm not going to try to make a long video, but I do want to know this before we get into this video. Tell me what your Game of the Year is, Grimpachi. Like, out of the nominations, what you think's going to win Game of the Year. And tell me what's your Game of the Year outside of the nominations, so I can get an idea of what's a good game to you. And tell me some good games, too. I know you say 2 of them in this video. One of them's Castlevania. But give me an idea of some other great games. I just want to know. Leave it in the comment section or tell me in a party chat. It's up to you. I'm going to play this video and give you guys an idea of what the hell I'm talking about. So, you know, I'm just not, you know, talking out my ass when I say it. I will stop the video from time to time. I'm going to try not to because I attempted this video one time before and it just comes out to be really long. So I'm trying not to make a long video. But here's the video.
YouTube, King Grimpachi here. Had to get another video. Now, I got Shadow of Mordor, you know, on Amazon for $20 for PC. It runs really good, looks pretty good, but I want to address the people saying sleeper hit. I'm doing quotations. I want to address the people saying Game of the Year. No, I strongly disagree. This game had nobody on its radar. When it came out, it got hyped up. Actually, go back to it being under the radar because that's exactly what this is. This game is very mediocre. It is Destiny all over again. It is, can't really say it's Bioshock Infinite, but it's Destiny all over again. What I mean by this is, Destiny is Halo with no story, unbalanced multiplayer. The loot system sucks. It's Halo with issues. Not Master Chief Collection, but Halo literally with issues. And the only thing about it that's fun, or can be fun, for a minute is playing it with your friends until you realize how bogus the loot system is and how bogus unlocking stuff is and all that good stuff. Shadows of Mordor, when you look at it, you might say, oh, this is a little Assassin's Creed, blah, blah, blah. No, this is Batman. This is nothing but Batman. Batman, Batman, Batman. And it's a sucky Batman. It's a less responsive Batman. Like, if you play Batman Arkham City, Arkham Asylum,
well, one thing I know, how are you comparing this game to Destiny? Like, you're trying to say it's hyped up like Destiny? Because it's not. This game was not hyped up at all. Even when it came out, a lot of people forgot about it, you know. And then when the hype came, where people were actually playing it, they said it was a fucking good game. That's where it got its hype, actually being a good game. If you're comparing it to actually on gameplay, I don't see that either. It's nothing, you know, really, maybe the RPG element of it, I don't know. But what I'm assuming you're comparing it to, which you don't really say, you just go on to something else, you're comparing it to the hype factor of how they hyped the game up. No, it's not. This game had no hype behind it. People actually forgot about it. And then when people actually played it, they found out it was a fantastic game. It was one of the good ones this year, you know? So, just saying.
The fluidity of how Batman moved and how he went from got a bad guy, criminal to criminal, punching out people, blocking, dodging, that smoothness to it. And when you start whipping ass at Batman, you start speeding up, you start getting pumped up, and you know, it's cool. You know, it gets you into that combo, I'm trying to get these high level combo move. And also the enemies on normal on Batman have normal style difficulty. They're normal, like in the sense of how you got to pay attention to what they're doing, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. So when it comes to Shadows of Mordor, these enemies are stupid. Now, I'm not a Lord of the Ring dude. I don't know if the orcs or Urks are stupid. If they're stupid in canon into the lore, then maybe that's why they act stupid in this game. But they're stupid in the sense, there are times, a lot of them, where orcs will be walking in a straight line. Or 4 or 5 of them, in a straight line. Walk up behind one, and they're like, realistically, when I say they're in a straight line, I mean kindergarten straight line. I mean with your finger over your mouth, and all I gotta do is breathe hard enough, and you'll feel it on the back of their neck. But somehow my character is able to come up behind one orc, slit its throat. He's making all this noise. No one turns around. I go behind another one, slit his throat. No one turns around. For some reason, when the other humans see me, and they see me by some orcs, they don't make any chatter. They're like, oh, is this guy going to save us? It's almost like they're just there to be there. There's none of that. I play games like that. I played Assassin's Creed where when they had the slaves would be like, you know, is he going to, you know, what is he going to do? Like, what is that guy doing? Or whatever. You know, none of that goes on. The humans just sit there. They still do their routine until you kill the orcs. And then they're like, oh, thank you, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll run away.
All right. In real life, Batman, let's take him for example, because you're using him as example. If he does what he does in the movie, where he goes and runs up people and chokes them out and silently takes them down and slams them to the ground, you mean to tell me a guy a foot in front of him ain't going to hear that shit? Now, let's move into the video game aspect, because we all keep forgetting this is a video game. In the video game, Batman runs and takes everybody down with a foot in front of him, and they don't hear him. Same thing in this game. It's just he's chopping his throat. It does have the mechanics of Batman. You know? You would think, yeah, the guy would be, you would hear that. I would think the same thing in Batman 2. Just saying.
The Nemesis system. Cool in theory, execution-wise, so far, it's just there to be there. I don't see the big deal of it.
Just there to be there. The thing that they implemented into this game that makes the fucking game of how something like a breath of fresh air. It's they put this in the game where actually it's something new. It's a ranking system of how these things go up, how the orgs go up in rank after if they kill you, or you. It's something they put in the game. It's new. Like, how is that just fucking there to be there? The one thing they put in this game, you fucking just rip to shreds. It's there to be there. I mean, this is something I'd like to see in other games. You know, it's something new. That shows you that they can do things in video games nowadays that's new and people just don't even fucking give a shit about it. Just there to be there. Oh well. But something like another Call of Duty or something else like another Assassin's Creed, you're probably fucking ranting and raving over that game. Those things have things that just there to be there. You know? Stupid shit. You know, that I don't like the fucking eavesdropping. I can't stand that shit. You know, at least this game, they give you the option of when you go into an area where you're supposed to be silent, you can kill enemies and go crazy. If the guy hits the fucking bell, you know, it is what it is. You know, you got it, but they give you that option. You know, I don't like games where it's like full stealth. Like, this is a medieval game. Like, you're going around literally, like, cutting people's heads off and everything. I mean, you gotta stop thinking just because it has the Batman mechanics that this game is Batman. And you're just comparing it saying, oh, Batman's a better game. You know what I'm saying? Batman, by far, that is a good game. That's a great game. You know, Arkham City, Arkham Origins, it wasn't bad, but it definitely... of how he had all his gadgets and stuff. I don't understand how he had them in a prequel. There's a lot of things wrong with that game, with the story. It don't make any fucking sense. But you gotta stop thinking just because this game has the fucking engine of Batman that it's gonna be Batman or better. You know, it's two different games, really. Two different stories. Same type of game, but different outlook, different story, all that stuff. It's Batman versus, like, Lord of the Rings. But this game has nothing to do with the movie. But, like, you know, it has its own story and everything. It's like you don't need to watch the movie to understand this game. You know, but you're trying to compare this game too much to Batman. It's not just because it has the same engine don't mean it's going to be Batman everything. You know what I'm saying?
If you kill an orc the proper way the first time, he won't come back. Or if he does come back, he comes back, he won't come back, but another orc may take his place. That's a totally different orc. So I guess there's an infinite replayability with that, if that, you know, you got that going on. The leveling up and all that stuff seems so pointless. The combat is too easy. Matter of fact, I think it was Tech Games, etc. I don't think he played the game. The
combat isn't easy in Batman, where you have like a huge group of enemies where you're just hitting triangle, blocking everything, jumping over people, knocking everybody out. This game, you actually, if there's a big group of enemies, you're most likely not going to win unless you are powered up to overtake those enemies. Like Batman, he just literally goes into every group of fucking enemies, and you can fight groups and groups of enemies, just like the old Assassin's Creed games, where you just keep constantly blocking everything. This, on the block, they actually made it to where sometimes if you don't hit that on the money, you're going to get fucking hit, and there's a good chance you're going to fucking lose that battle. And then you say these enemies are stupid, some of these enemies will run from you. Like, they know that they're not going to beat you, and they'll take off. Batman, they'll just fucking sit there and take a fucking beating. I don't get some of the shit you're saying in this video. Could be wrong, it could be just me, I might be hearing it wrong.
And you know what? You don't really have to play this game. This game is a skippable game. I paid $20 for it. As in presentation, how it's delivered, the game ain't broken. So it's not like, you know, it was a shit game in that sense. No, it's just a very mediocre, boring game. You know, this is almost like a BioShock Infinite. You know, I wouldn't say it's necessarily BioShock Infinite because the worst thing a game can do, worst thing any form of entertainment can do for me, whether if it's broken or not, if it bores me, that's the worst thing any type of entertainment can do. Whether it be a movie, a game, cards, anything. I don't give a fuck. If it's supposed to entertain me, if I'm bored, that's the worst thing it could do. This game isn't boring so far, but it's not interesting. I'm playing this game in very short bursts. I'm playing it probably 20 minutes tops, and I turn it off. I can't play it after that long because it's just very boring. Very boring. Like I said, I'm not a Lord of the Rings dude. The landscape is very, you know, medieval-ish, destroyed looking area environment. And another thing, the story throws you in. It just throws you in like you're supposed to know. Like, even Batman doesn't really throw you in. I mean, that's a little different because I don't know too many people that don't know who Batman is, who don't know who the Joker is. You may not know who some of the villains are, but for the most part, you understand who Batman is. You know who the Joker is. You know who Bane is. You know who this is. Some of the smaller side mission villains, like the Mad Hatter, you may not know who they are, but they tell you about them. This game tells you about some people here or there, but like I said, so far, this is...
The game just throws you in. Throws you in. First off, in the beginning of the game, the guy loses his family. They show you why the guy is doing what he's doing in the game. The guy literally, they show you he loves his wife. You go up and kiss her behind, he sneaks up, they teach you how to do like a stealth kill, but instead of that, you're kissing his wife. And then all of a sudden, it flashes into when, the villain comes and pretty much executes your fucking family and gives you the whole idea of what's behind the game. What do you want, Grimpachi? Do you want them to go on of how the guy grew up, like was from a little kid to now, in the story? Or do you want it from a teenager to the story? Do you want to know how he met his wife? Like, what the fuck? I don't know. What do you want? What more of a story do you want than this? This is an excellent story. And then, like I said, you don't need to watch the trilogy of Lord of the Rings. It's got its own story, but it does throw, like, Gollum in there, and it will tell you, go to Gollum's name. It'll tell you what he did in the movie and why he's in why he's in Mordor. I don't get that. That is one thing you said in here I don't understand. Batman? Everybody knows the story of Batman. I mean, Batman's been told so many fucking times that... You keep on saying how great of a game Batman is. Yes, it was great, but how many times are we going to hear the story of fucking Batman? How many times? I've heard Batman in so many different fucking ways, it's unreal. But I mean, I just can't agree with this video, but here we go.
The Batman engine. This may be a beta for the Batman engine. Maybe they did some tweaks to it and they were like, let's release the game real quick using this engine so we can test it.
Alright, that's trolling right there. That's straight trolling. This game's a beta. A beta for the Batman engine. A beta for the Batman engine. When did Batman come out? When did this game come out? Wouldn't Batman be a beta for Shadow of Mordor then? Just saying.
I don't fucking know. But the game is very slow compared to Batman, which doesn't make sense because your character wears a lot less stuff than Batman does, and somehow Batman flies over the damn map. Like, Batman will punch one dude. He will literally fly and punch another dude. Like, your character is very slow. Very slow. And another thing, the combat and combos are very forgetting. In Batman, you have a very small window between your next punch and the combo stopping. If you don't hurry up, the combo is... In this game, it almost seemed like as long as you don't get hit, the combo meter will still be racking up. And that's it. The part that's supposed to be stealth. And Batman, they make it clear as day, hey, this is a stealth area. You can't do nothing. You can try to. And you sometimes you'll succeed. But for the most part, this is a stealth area. You need to do stealth. In this game, I guess you can give that a little credit for having it being open. In the areas that you're supposed to do stuff, you can still go in and it'll be a lot of orcs to fight, but you can still just go in and beat their ass. Like, it's not really, unless the mission fails you off the rip for not being stealthy. That's one thing. If it may do that, but if it doesn't, it's whatever. But like I said, so far, for the most part, this game, the only thing about it, and it's not really that impressive, is the visuals. The game does look great. Other than that, this is Batman, and I just came from playing Batman. This game, sleeper hit, no. Game of the year, no. I play games with new experiences this year alone, and to break it down and let you understand what I mean, play Super Time Force, want to play some new shit, that's amazing. But to explain how similar this is, there's nothing wrong with a game being similar until you notice. It's just like a game isn't mediocre. Every game could be considered, not mediocre, every game could be considered, how will I put it, the same or similar or a rehash. unless you realize it. I mean, until you realize it, you know. If you play the Spider-Man games, the new Spider-Man games uses kind of like the Batman combat in the game. But I never once felt like while playing, I recognized that this is the Batman combat. I never once like, this is just Batman, this is just Batman, this is just Batman. I never felt any of that. I still felt like it was a Spider-Man title. Assassin's Creed. I mean, you know, for the most part, Assassin's Creed is just a slightly, when it first came out, slightly enhanced version of first person. But even though I noticed that, it never really like dawned on me. I didn't really care. You know my point? Like, but this game, I'm really noticing this is Batman. It's almost like people saying, in a first person shooter, all you do is shoot people. There are first person shooters where I felt that. Like, Call of Duty, I don't feel that way. Battlefield, I don't feel that way. Half-Life, Halo, other games. But when I play Bioshock Infinite, not Bioshock 1 and 2, I really felt like all I'm doing is shooting people. Like, that's what it felt like. It's a shooting gallery. I'm just shooting.
So, games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, you don't just feel like you're just shooting people? You don't get that same feeling you get in Bioshock? See, that's where you don't make sense with some of the shit you say. What is different from Bioshock? Well, that's what I'm saying. At least Bioshock has a story to it. You know, Call of Duty does too, but Call of Duty is mainly you're just killing a bunch of fucking soldiers coming at you. Waves of enemies coming at you. I mean, a first-person shooter, the ones you compared Bioshock to, pretty much are all games you just go around and shoot people. I don't know. Some of the shit you say that you add into this video talking about other games, that shit don't even make sense. Just saying.
People. And it got boring real quick. So I might still play the game. I may not. I don't know. But so far, this may be the worst game I played this year. It's a tie between this and Destiny. But at least with Destiny, I had that Destiny hope. Not when it first came out. I realized it was like Halo. But when I got the game for free, I didn't pay for it. I got the game for free. I was still playing it a lot afterwards. Like, this 9.3? Hell no. Flip that shit around. 6.3 or... what would a 3 be flipped? 6.E or something. I don't know. 9.3? No. This game is boring, kinda, for the most part this time.
What is it? Is it boring, or is it kinda boring? Is it mediocre? I hear a bunch of different things you say to this video. Well, it looks like you're trying to bash it, but then you're trying not to look stupid while you're bashing it. I mean, just saying. I mean, this the worst game of the year? You wouldn't consider fucking Destiny or Watch Dogs? The thing I give Destiny, it was fun playing with friends. But the hype factor behind that, which this game had no hype, Shadow of Mordor. The only reason it got hyped up, like I said, was because people actually played it and enjoyed it, and they're like, damn, this is actually a good game. Watch Dogs was a fucking boring game. That was something that they just fucked up in completely. That was a boring game. Watch Dogs, worst game this year, I'd say. One of the worst games. I wouldn't say it's the worst game, it's one of the worst games. I'd say like Sonic Boom, I didn't play that. That'd probably be the worst game. But it's like, I seen somebody one day say Last of Us is the worst game they ever played, ever. That when I hear statements like that, it's just a fucking trolling statement. It's just fucking to piss people off to actually like the game. So far out of this game, I would say this is one of the best games I played all year. And I don't see how he's doing this video. If he's doing it just to troll, or he honestly maybe hates the Lord of the Rings so much, he's trying to compare, saying this is all just Lord of the Rings, and he hates that franchise, which it is Lord of the Rings, but it definitely don't have the same, it's a different story. It's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing going on. The guy lost his family. It's kind of like he's going after the main villain for what he did. That's what he's doing. There's a lot more to it. There's more to that story, but because I haven't fucking played the whole game, I'm not judging the whole game by something I just played fucking 20 minutes, and then, last night he told us he didn't even really play the game. He says, last night he's like, I can't judge it, I haven't really played the game. And then today, how many times do you think he's played it 20 minutes, sat down? Was he in his house, played it 20 minutes, go sit down, pace around the house, go play another 20 minutes, or did he just play it 20 minutes, and then that was it, made this video, and that's what we got? Because it sounds like he don't really know a lot about the game. It don't say, because I'm noticing enemies run from you, they're not fucking stupid, it has good AI. I could be wrong. Who knows? Maybe I'm seeing shit. Who knows? But the problem with this video, this guy, like I said, because I did this video 2 times, I'm pretty sure I said this in the beginning, you got subscribers that listen to you, man, and you're telling them that this game's bullshit. Now, your subscribers, a lot of people's subscribers, and I've seen this in other videos and other people mention this in their channels. For example, Smokey Dog, I don't know if a lot of people watch him, he gave a first impressions on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. He liked the game, and then his I think it was his review, he still liked the game, but he kind of didn't. You know, he went on about the kill streaks and all that, and then the guy said, hey, I went and bought this game, taking your first impressions, and now you're kind of saying it's not all that in a bag of chips, you know, and he was mad, his subscriber. You got subscribers that listen to you. If you're trolling and saying this game is fucking god-awful, the worst game in gaming, they're going to pass this game up, or maybe when they do decide to play at their friend's house and enjoy it, they're going to look at you like a fucking liar. They're going to look at you as a troll. They're not going to take anything you say. You're going to have all your credibilities fucking gone. That's what I'm trying to say. You got people on here on YouTube saying a bunch of bullshit that, you know, they might just be making up just to get a rise out of some people, but it is really going to affect your channel in the long run. Just saying.
It's not that boring level where I'm like, I'm not going to play it anymore, but it's getting a little boring. That's why I'm only playing for 20 minutes at a time. But anyway, Sleeper Hit, no. Game of the Year, no. Don't know what people are talking about. People need to have expectations. Like I said, at least with Destiny, I sat back and said, maybe it'll get better. Shout out to Mordor. I sat back and said, let me turn this motherfucker off. Peace out. Keep gaming. You want to play a real action game? You want to play a good action game that's actually different? That actually has challenge to it? I mean, challenge? Play some Castlevania Lords of Shadows. I haven't played that. I just got that game because it's on sale on Steam. I got all 3 of them. I'm enjoying the first one. It has challenge to it. It looks great. It almost sometimes looks better than Shadows of Mordor. But anyway, peace out. Keep gaming. Let me know what you think.
Shadow of Mordor is one of the best games visually that I've played this year, that I've seen. Sometimes the game itself looks better than the cutscenes. But yeah, this is my video. It ran too long. I can't make this video shorter. I gave it 1 take before this, try to get it shorter. It's still coming out long. Point is, am I the crazy one? Am I listening to this dude and hearing him, like, it seems like when he says shit in this video, he's saying stuff, and then he's going back on his word, then he's saying, then it looks like he's just straight attacking the game, then he's like, no, it's not boring, and then he's like, it's boring, and it's mediocre, then it's skippable. What is it, man? Tell us. And are you trolling with this shit? I want to know. Tell me in a party chat, or make a video, or tell me in the comment section. And to the subscribers, am I crazy? Am I seeing shit? Or are you gathering the same thing I am, that where he's just trolling and it's bad for game? I think this is bad for gaming. You got people literally redirecting people to another direction. You got a lot of shit games this generation, and you got somebody saying to one of the good ones, hey, don't get this game. And then, you know, that's just, to me, that's bad for gaming, you know. And I'd be upset if I was his subscriber, took his words for everything, and then found out this game was good, and he's telling me it's complete trash. Your credibility would be fucking dog shit. But if you honestly believe that this game's no good and all that, then that's fine. But from what I'm getting from this video, it seems like you're trolling, man. Just saying. But yeah, that's my video. No attack. It's just a video response. Till next time. Later, YouTube.